Yeah, like
mannequin?
where you see the male side doing the male part, and then the girl side flip over. So those are things that we've done for entertainment, and I think that's genuinely what that meant. But I do understand what you're talking about, as in thinking.
Even the movie Mannequin, Hollywood was
Yes.
like one of the first actors portrayed as being a bit, as a homosexual, but a bit flamboyant. And
I think
loved. It was my favorite on there. You know?
Well, a lot of our older movies, our older shows and things like that, you see how really over the top, flamboyant, the characters that are.
To make it funnier.
Yeah, because it made it safer. They're usually a hairdresser or some kind of fashionista or something to make it safer. But FYI, our community has been building houses and paving roads and playing baseball,
doing lawns,
football, and now we got one that's out there singing country. Well, I mean, obviously we've had more, but I actually got to meet him, Nas, when I was in Sandusky at Sandusky Pride. So that was kind of a fun thing because I actually judged Sandusky Pride.
Who are you speaking of?
Nas just won the Country Music Award, being the first openly gay country music star to win a CMA. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yay for that.
Mm-hmm. So Kenny, thank you so much for calling in. It's
thank you.
Sparked some good conversation.
Yay!
And so we're talking about a lot of good things that are coming out. And one of the things is like a lot of the drag performers. You guys raise a lot of money for charities and stuff. A lot of it goes to charities.
Well, this is the really hard time for drag entertainers. Whenever there is hardship, or a lot of people don't realize this, but this is what we do. Whenever there's hardship, family emergencies with cancer, or just someone in need of assistance, or like right after 9/11, our entertainment group came together right after Pulse, right after the hurricane that we just had. Our drag entertainers, we come together like that. If something happens, like let's get on this, let's raise some money and send it out to them. And that's one of
great.
Yes, it's one of those things that in our community, whether it be straight or LGBTQ, when something happens in our community, it is always the drag kings and queens that get off their butts and help raise some money. It is always us. And it is one of those things that, you hear a lot of times, we do get a lot of slack, a lot of men that go to bars, they're like, well, I don't want to see a drag show. Well, you know what? This is where we are. The door opens and it swings both ways. If you would like to sit on the other side, we got things to do. And then we are going to do them. And that's one of the things that I love about being able to entertain in so many different ways. Because I can wake up and be scary, creepy, weird, or just glamorous, which that's the way I like to be, pretty. But it's the holiday season, so you will see a lot of entertainment coming out and a lot of fundraisers to help raise money for families in need, and Thanksgiving to, raise money to get people food. And, like Project No Labels, they've done a lot of amazing things for our community as well all year long. And, I will be part of Red and Green Party for St. Pete Pride this year. And I'm excited about that because that, again, is a charity organization providing entertainment for our community. So that's what I prefer to do. It's what I enjoy doing. The opportunities that it does provide, when I first started, I was given the advice to volunteer for fundraisers. And that was the best way to get into performing and getting paid to perform, was having the opportunity to perfect your craft while donating your time. So it's kind of like that is, donating literally your time to get your drag together and perform and get noticed. And, that's pretty much how I got started, was literally by just doing fundraisers. And I kept doing them, and then I did one drag contest and I won. Desiree D. St. James from Las Vegas, she is the absolute savior to me because I just loved what she was able to do for me. She's a current reigning Miss US of A at large. Love her story. But,
At large.
yeah. There's so many. She's an amazing talent. And she is awesome. She's just awesome. But she helped me so much, and she was an amazing dancer as well. And I've danced with her so many times. But it was, getting involved and getting that fresh start and performing and working on doing the makeup, working on figuring out costumes. And, that's why I love that Closet Ball is that opportunity. It's just the winner will still be able to get bookings and things of that nature, but they will be a face that shows people that there are people in the community trying to do something and try to make change and trying to help others reach their potential.
And you have to find someone to do the makeup and all that stuff and donate their time. Mm-hmm. I get into that and what a drag mother is and stuff like that. But let's take our break.
Okay.
Take a second break, and we'll be back with Moments of Clarity in just a moment. Stay tuned.
We will return to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner after these messages.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Are you looking to expand your knowledge in the mental health field and earn CEU credits at the same time? DID Discovering Hope is having their annual Creating Resilience Conference on November 15th and 16th, and it's open to all trauma survivors and therapists. 2 days of educational workshops will be led by internationally respected experts, including keynote speaker Dr. Colin A. Ross. For mental health professionals, 11 hours of CEUs are available. For more information or to register, visit diddiscoveringhope.org. Once again, that's diddiscoveringhope.org.
Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Warner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one. Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. I'd like to give a shout out to musician-songwriter Don Lawson, who wrote, produced, and performed all the vocals and instruments on my Moments of Clarity theme song. Don gained his inspiration as a mental health counselor himself. He's always looking for artists to record his songs, and you can hear more of Don's music at reverbnation.com/Don Lawson. You can also check him out on Twitter at Don Lawson Music. Thank you so much, Don, for your contribution to Moments of Clarity and ending the stigma on mental health. It's awesome.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Now back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner, licensed mental health counselor. To engage in the conversation, call 866-826-1340. Here's Tiffany.
Hi, welcome back, and this is Moments of Clarity. My name's Tiffany Warner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor. I'm your host. Today with me is 3-time Emmy Award winner, performer and Sesame Street, actor, choreographer, and Las Vegas performer, as well as local celebrity drag queen, Robert Rigsby, a.k.a. Roquel Blue.
Hi. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and thank you again for having me.
Thank you so much.
It's such a fun day.
And we have another caller.
We do. Look at that.
Yay. Hi, Les. Welcome to Moments of Clarity.
Oh, well, I'm glad you took my call, and I am enjoying the show, listening to your guest speaker, and it's very interesting to learn about him and what he does. Very creative talent.
Yeah, agreed.
I just wanted to ask your guest there about what functions he does with mental health, and also the personal aspect of what kind of, with his work, what kind of stress and anxiety, how he manages that in his mental health.
That's a great question, because I was just going to get to that anyway. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for asking. In our business, it's a very tough tough situation for a lot of entertainers. We do go through trying times, and as you have seen with, some of the most amazing entertainers like Robin Williams, with his passing, it is something that takes a toll on us. But we are driven at a very young age, and sometimes when we're older, we have a passion to be on the stage, whether it be dancing, performing, singing, or acting, or choreography, or behind the cameras. There's a passion that comes from, I don't know where it comes from, but it just comes all the way through you. And you have these situations where you have no choice but to be on that stage. And, when I talk to people all the time, I say the most comfortable place that I feel is when I'm on the stage.
So a lot of performers feel like that, musicians and actors and it's just sometimes they have
things.
Social anxiety and don't like to even talk in crowds of people on a quote unquote normal setting, but on stage they can just let go.
You can say anything and everything because on stage you literally have that opportunity to be anybody and anybody. But when it does come to mental health, we do have issues that we all deal with. Anxiety has not been a huge part of my life until I was older. We have talked about this on the show before. I worked on several cruise lines, and I had been, at that point in time, I'd been around a lot of people for a very long time. But working on cruise lines, I became very claustrophobic. Especially, we didn't have like the tiny spaces as entertainers. We have larger rooms. But when I went back to Las Vegas, the anxiety of being around large crowds, which I still have, which is, tomorrow's going to be really nerve-wracking, and you see watch how I handle it.
I'll be there for you if you need.
So many people. I mean, I love people, but I have high anxiety when it comes to being around large crowds. Now, I just knew it was from being on cruise ships and being in tight spaces. I can't do what is it called, an MRI without it being open now. Panic attack mode happens, and
it's too confining and restricting.
It's hard. And there was a point in time, and I want to address this too. There was a point in time where I was having difficulties going onto stage, because I couldn't get past it. And this is still something that still happens too, where I know that I'm supposed to perform, but I step back and I just can't because I can't get myself together enough to go and do it. And it's something that happens to a lot of people, and it's not a bad thing, but I address it the way I need to address it, and by talking about it. And I do talk about it to a lot of people about these little things. I used to have panic attacks, and I had to get those under control because it was a huge thing about my job. I was very scared to audition for shows because of the panic attacks, because I wouldn't know where they were coming from, and they would just happen. Oops, sorry. So, I
want to ask a question too on top of this is that, the stigma against drag and with the LGBT community that I'm hoping that is going to dissolve soon, but there's a long way to go forward.
Yes.
Do you think that stops a lot of people from pursuing their dream as a drag performer because of the shame attached to it or the stigma?
It was what prevented me in the first place from doing it, because, I used to lay in my bed and do my own little imaginary videos of being Janet Jackson or being Madonna. I only did the dancer ones, and to this day, I only do dance music. It's what I do.
You don't do like a prayer?
No. But it's a huge thing because, for me, there was the stigma of, even within the fact that I do drag now, there's a stigma of performing with transgender women because they have everything already there, so half of their job is done. There's the stigma of being a drag queen and men not wanting to date a drag queen. And that was something that kept me very hesitant from doing it for a long time, was simply that one, because I wanted to be in love and I wanted to have a boyfriend and things of that nature. But if I did drag, then it would be another situation, because a lot of men are like, well, I don't want to date a drag queen. I'm like, well,
I mean, there's already stigmas within the community that's stigmatized. Yeah. That's got to be rough.
It's very, very difficult because, again, you go back to where, gay men they don't want to be seen with another woman-esque. But, you know, I've been very fortunate that my husband, also known, Brad, also known as Miss Georgia Moore, the very first Miss Closet Ball,